Hey there, welcome to another episode of Hang Out with Me in my kitchen space. In today's episode, let's make one thing that I'm pretty sure you're going to love, and we're making some pilipili ya kukaanga. I've made a similar recipe before, so you can also check that out. And with me here, I have my ingredients, and I have some water, I have some salt, some cooking oil, I have my 3 tomatoes, some capsicum, an onion, ginger and garlic, and of course I have my chilies over here. And without further ado, let's get started. You're going to need a blender, but if at all you do not have one, just slice your ingredients into very small pieces, then you'll be good to go. Then for the garlic, I'm going to add it separately, and this is because I find that when you mix the garlic with this mixture, it doesn't cook as well as I like it. So I'm going to blend this separately. Then I'll add just a small amount of water, and remember, the more water you add into this particular recipe, the longer it will take to cook. Then I'm also going to add some water here, kiasi to just to help it with the blending. That should be enough. And finally, I'm going to go in with my peppers, and we are going to blend this till we achieve the smoothest of the smoothest paste. And this is what you want, and this is also what you want. Very smooth indeed. Once my pan is hot and dry, I'll go in with a generous amount of cooking oil, and by generous, I really mean it. The oil is going to act as a preservative because we are not making it to consume it at this particular point. We are making it so that we can chota bit by bit, a tablespoon each day. I've added about quarter cup. Then once it's hot enough, and you know it's hot when you insert a wooden spoon and you see some bubbles, I'm going to go in with my ginger. And I'm going to cook this for about a minute or two till I'm certain that it is well cooked. Once my ginger starts turning a little bit brown, kabrown kwa umbali, I'll go in with my other mixture. Then remember, I mentioned that the more water you add into your recipe, the longer it will take to cook. So I did not add as much water, and so it's not going to take that long. So this will take about 25 to 30 minutes thereabout. But I'll be back to stir this, and we want to cook this down till all the water and all the moisture has evaporated, and you're left down with a very thick paste and some oil floating at the top. And that's how you basically know that your pilipili is ready. This is 8 minutes later, and you can still see that there is some water, and this is cooking beautifully. So I'm just going to stir so that it doesn't start burning. Then I'll be back after about 10 more minutes. This has been cooking for a total of 15 minutes. And now you can see that we are almost there. There is minimal water. So I'm just going to cook this for another extra 5 minutes or so. So this is about 18 minutes later, and you can see that our sauce is almost ready. So at this point, I'll go in with my salt, since now we know the real amount of the sauce. Then I'm going to mix this in. Then I'll proceed to cook it for about 2 more minutes. Finally, you can see all the moisture has left, and we are now left with this sauce, which is pure goodness. And you can also see the oil is floating. This looks appetizing, and that's how you know your pilipili ya kukaanga is ready, when the oil floats. And I'm going to switch this off. If at all you have some lemon, or you love the tanginess of the lemon juice, you can squeeze in 1 fresh lemon, or you can also substitute with a tablespoon of some vinegar. I don't like it, so I'm not going to add it in today's recipe. I'm going to leave this for about an hour or 2 so that it can completely cool down. Then I'll be back to show you how to pack it and preserve it. This is about 2 hours later, and our pilipili has already cooled down, and you should let it cool down completely, and you can see how gorgeous it looks like. And this is pure goodness. So for storing it, you'll need an airtight container, and I'm going to show you another better method once I'm done with this. After storing it in your container, you need to tap to release the air bubbles. Then, if at all you do not have a refrigerator, you can add a thin layer of cooking oil, and this will be good to store on top of your countertop, because remember, we used a lot of oil while making this, so it's going to act as a preservative. For the second method I like using is, once I've stored this in here, I know this will take me about a month or 2 by just scooping about a tablespoon each day. For the second method, I'm going to transfer it into my ice cube tray, and by this, you're going to store this in the freezer. And for this particular method, I like it because when you want to cook food with some chili, you can just scoop 1 cube and add it into your food, just like a normal Royco cube. And secondly, if at all not everyone takes chili in your home, you can just prepare this, store them, and once your food is ready, you can just pick a cube and put it on top of your hot food. Then it's slowly going to melt into your food, and then utasikia utamu. So I'm going to do like this to release the air bubbles, and then fill this up, and then I'm going to store this in the fridge for about 48 hours. By then they are going to have firmed up. Then I'm going to remove them and store them in also an airtight container, and then return them into the fridge as cubes. So by then you can just be picking one cube. And I'm going to show you how I like using my cubes in another episode, so be sure to check that out. If at all you are a chili head, or if at all you love chili in your food, this is the recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.